co-chair today's assembly, I'll call this meeting to order. Welcome to CUPS Metro Accountability Session. My name is Antonia Infante. I'm a leader with St. Patrick Catholic Church, and I will co-chair this assembly.
My name is Sister Jane Ann Slater. I am the Chancellor of the Archdiocese of San Antonio and a Sister of Divine Providence. I will co-chair this meeting. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items.
Para los que necesitan traducción, pueden escoger un audífono a un lado de la mesa de registración. Take a minute to silence your cell phones. We ask that we be respectful to one another, clapping to recognize you leaders and guests as appropriate. We will clap for candidates only if they have committed to our agenda. Remember, we never boo. Delegates in CUPS Metro, please review the agenda and the questions on the back. If you agree with the agenda, cheer to ratify it.
I now invite Father Juan Carlos Tejada, pastor of St. Timothy Catholic Church, to lead us in an opening prayer.
Let us be in the presence of God, our Creator. God, Father of mercies, here we are gathered. Here you having us with our weaknesses, but gathered in your name. Purify our hearts. Teach us what we have to do. Show us where we should walk. Inspire us what we should do. Be our own inspirer and the author of our decisions. Do not let us make mistakes against justice. You who estimate equity, let ignorance not tear us, nor sympathy bend us. Invites us to you so that we are one, and that nothing divides us from the truth, because we are one. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father Juan Carlos. Now let's find out who's here.
My name is Lupita Valdez from Sacred Heart Church. My name is Monica Munoz from St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Please stand and remain standing when your institution is called. Sacred Heart! First Unitarian Universalist Church. Our Lady of Guadalupe Shrine. Holy Redeemer. Holy Family. Missionary Catechist of Divine Providence. Sister of the Holy Spirit. Saint Bonaventure. Saint Leo the Great. Saint Timothy.
Guadalupe Gelores.
St. Philip of Jesus.
Congregation of Divine Providence.
Beacon Hill Dual Language Academy.
San Alfonso's.
St. Margaret Mary.
Please be seated.
St. Patrick's.
Please be seated. We also want to recognize the following guest delegations. Please stand and be recognized. Assumption Seminary. La Luz en el Barrio.
I am Father Jimmy David Drennan. I am the pastor of St. Margaret Mary Parish and a member of COPS Metro Alliance. My friends, since the establishment of COPS and Metro Alliance, we have created an organization that stretches across the city through the lives of the men and women, younger and older, people of every religious community, denomination, and background, to form a fabric that covers this city to protect it from those who would do wrong to us. We are extremely proud of the incredible accomplishments we have made over the years, and we are very, very confident that we have a future here in San Antonio that will be passed on from one generation to the next. But today, in this moment in time, we are banded together, brought here to challenge those candidates for public office to do what is right in the issues of immigration, of economic development, and for housing displacement to ensure our families' futures. The one thing we will make sure today is that no one of us will be divided from one another. We are united, and our care for our city extends to every corner, so no one will divide this energy. COPS and Metro Alliance recognizes the dignity of every human person, including those immigrants who find themselves in our city and in our community. And as we gather, we convey the absolute certainty that every one of us are from immigrant families. Every one of us. And so when one member of our family suffers, we all suffer. So challenges are going to be made to those candidates for public office to ensure that we make necessities for all who find themselves in our community, and they understand that we will no longer tolerate anything that would separate children from their parents ever. COPS and Metro Alliance has always stood behind the belief that we can teach people to secure a job and to provide for their families. But when they are hired, they must receive a compensation that is just. No longer will we tolerate anyone to receive a wage that does not allow them to care for themselves and their family and to bring their family up with dignity. We don't want a handout at all, but we want to be recognized for the work we're doing, and we are going to fight to ensure that everyone receives a just wage. One of the most incredible things about San Antonio, drawn from the fabric of this community, was the creation of Project Quest. Our city is visited by members of other communities across the United States to learn about how successful Project Quest is. Project Quest is a job training organization developed through COPS and Metro Alliance through the fabric of this incredible community. We have proven over and over again that there never has been and there is not to this day anything that can equate to what we have achieved with Project Quest. We do not want to see our tax dollars thrown away in programs that do not elevate our people, where they can sustain themselves with a living wage and dignity. If you want to serve this city, know very well that we believe in Project Quest. It has been proven that it is the greatest job training program this city has ever seen, and every other city wants. We need 100% of your support for Project Quest. This is a wonderful gathering, but I want you to know a few weeks ago there was another gathering. There was a gathering that was led by one of our local leaders. Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Sierra led a delegation of ministers, of religious sisters, and of people from our community, to City Hall. And there he challenged the city council and the mayor with one of the most difficult issues we are facing right now, and that is the displacement of our families from their homes and their neighborhoods. We were incredibly proud of Archbishop in leading us, and he has continued to support us in these endeavors. Through this incredible experience, we want to recognize, first of all, the power of COPS and Metro Alliance to effect immediate change. Immediate change. From that conversation, we have received the City Displacement Prevention Plan that is being put in place right now. No more studies. We're not going to have to wait a year or a year and a half for the city to figure out what we know. But I want everyone to know that that came about through you, through all of us united. That is why we now have this City Displacement Prevention Plan. The creation of this is going to provide for neighborhood empowerment zones, targeted owner-occupied rehab investments, and housing navigators that will allow us to take resources that have been spread out all over the city and allow them to be targeted in our neighborhoods that are under attack. Along with neighborhood displacement, our families losing their homes, being swindled out of their homes, we also suffer from rising property taxes that prevent us from staying in our neighborhoods. Do you know what a tax abatement is? I want you to know that developers get tax abatements. They don't have to pay property taxes, and they're building condominiums and hotels. They get tax abatements. Who in here wants a tax abatement? Right here. We deserve it. But you know what? We're willing to pay just taxes. But we are no longer going to tolerate these tax abatements and incentives that take tax dollars from us and our neighborhoods and give them to developers. A developer was asked, exactly how many incentives do you need to come here to San Antonio? The developer's response was, it's not about how many incentives I need. It's about what kind of city do you want to live in? And our response to you, the members and candidates for city council, we want to live in a city that invests in its people. Let's hear it. Cops and Metro Alliance has been accused of asking for more every time we go to the negotiating table. And we've been asked, why do we need more? We need more because our city is growing. We need more because our neighborhoods are deteriorating. While investments are being made in areas that don't need investments, we are losing everything. We will no longer tolerate this kind of behavior. As long as we are in our neighborhoods, we will demand that we be taken care of. We know what incentives do. Incentives make rich developers richer. I want everyone here to know that everything that Cops and Metro Alliance ask for does not make our organization richer. It makes our city richer. This is what we want to be left with today. To you, the mayor, candidates to city council, and those who serve in city council, we want you to know you have a decision to make. You can either take continued incentives and monies and give it to investors and developers that are not even from our city or state. Or you can give it to the people who have lived in these neighborhoods. And just so you know, these people are the parents and grandparents and great-grandparents of our firefighters, police officers, teachers, our nurses, our construction workers. They are the ones who clean our city. They're the ones who clean their offices. These are the people. So we are asking now, listen up. We are asking that they invest in us. Join me. Invest in us. 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 Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Jimmy. The city of San Antonio gave over $100 million million to developers to build in downtown. These incentives led to massive neighborhood disruption. COPS Metro supports a thriving downtown. We do not support development that pushes people out of their homes and uses public dollars to do the pushing. The city has created a displacement prevention plan. Today, we ask for commitments that it will be implemented with great urgency.
The City Facilitators Corporation and Finance Corporation should be used to build affordable housing. Too often, they are used to build market rate housing at taxpayer expense. The city should only do deals that provide truly affordable housing at 60% of area median income. This is a $33,900 for the family of 4.
2 years ago, COPS Metro began a campaign to increase owner-occupied rehab funds. We have increased the funds from $1.8 million to $11.65 million. Good work, COPS Metro. We want that funding this year too.
Yes. We have an immigration crisis in this country. We cannot save all God's children, but we ask the city to continue funding a legal defense fund to help these children and make sure that they have the legal protection that they deserve.
Thanks to our work, all of our work, city workers now start at a minimum of $15 per hour. However, outsourced workers make as little as $7.25 per hour. We must require contractors to pay no less than $9.50 per hour, matching the county's policy. Our tax dollars should not provide poverty wages for those employees.
A recent study found that Project Quest is the only workforce development program that is proving to lift people out of poverty and move them into the middle class. We ask the city to increase these investments from $2.2 million to $2.5 million a year to take us from low wage to a living wage city.
And now, we will put the city of San Antonio on trial for the unintended consequences of the decade of downtown.
This hearing will now come to order. It is the goal of this jury to answer the question, who pays, who benefits? the citizens of San Antonio.
Let's try this one. Okay. We call the city of San Antonio to the stand. Please explain the decade of downtown.
Where do I start? The city has been so generous to developers. We gave them $15.5 million in SAWS fee waivers, $3.5 million in city fee waivers, $4.3 million in interest-free construction loans, and almost $70 million in property tax rebates.
Was that all?
Oh, I almost forgot. About also tens of millions of dollars expanding the River Walk to include Pearl, and $42 million in bond money to improve the Broadway corridor.
43.
And what was the result?
Taxpayers' dollars funded some beautiful luxury condos. $10 million was given to developers of the arts residences at Thompson Hotel. These condos will sell anywhere from $400,000 to $4.5 million.
Cops Metro, just to be clear, your tax dollars were used to provide over $100 million in incentives to developers. Tell me, who benefits, who pays?
We pay. Is the city still incentivizing luxury properties like the sellers at the Pearl down the street? They received $3.7 million in incentives, and rents reach as much as $14,000 a month. You heard me right. The rents can reach $14,000 a month.
Well, we're not incentivizing luxury apartments anymore and luxury properties. We now have requirements in place for affordable housing, but the developers have lots of leeway. A developer can build homes for sale up to $360,000 or rent an apartment of 1,000 square feet for no more than $2,750 a month to qualify for tax rebates.
Are you expecting downtown workers to afford $2,750 per month apartments or a home of $360,000? Citizens of San Antonio, can you afford that?
We taxpayers are still subsidizing developers to build housing that we cannot afford to live in. We pay for developers to build housing, which then causes our taxes and rents to increase substantially. Cops Metro, who pays, who benefits?
I'd like to call now District 5 resident Rose Erechete to the stand. Ms. Erechete, please tell us about your neighborhood in District 5.
My name is Rose Arajo Iracheta. I was baptized at St. Philip's of Jesus 59 years ago, and I still live in that same house just around the corner from my church. My parents purchased this home in the 1940s and raised me and my 8 siblings. My dad served in the Army and became a chef at the St. Anthony Hotel. My mom was a housewife. For extra money, she would wash and iron people's clothes. We were not wealthy, but my family could thrive in this neighborhood of mine. My husband and I stayed in the house and raised 5 children. We stayed in our neighborhood, because it was a strong and vibrant community of families who knew each other, and we shared the same we shared the same struggles and desires. Like my parents, I worked hard, but I too struggled with wages during my 30 years with the city of San Antonio as a 911 operator. As I have talked with my neighbors and childhood friends, we all see that our neighborhood is changing so quickly, and it's not all for the good. It is no longer a neighborhood where a 911 operator could live. $250,000 apartments and condos are popping up everywhere. Taxes are rising. My friends who have inherited homes have had to sell because they cannot afford the high taxes if they chose to stay and rebuild or remodel. The city gives hundreds of millions of dollars to developers. I say to you, where are the incentives for our families who want to stay and rebuild those childhood homes? I say, where are the incentives for those? I say, where are the incentives for those who invested decades of their life in my neighborhood? Cops in Metro fought for our streets, for our sidewalks, for our lighting in my neighborhood. I am here today to say that I will continue to fight for my neighborhood. And are you with me? Are you with me?
My finding is that the decade of downtown is guilty of ignoring San Antonio's working families. It is time for the decade of the neighborhoods. So, how did the city do? Not too well, not too well. Now we'll begin to hear from our council candidates. Sister Melissa Cisak is our timekeeper. Candidates, you must first respond yes or no to each question. After you respond to all the questions, mayoral candidates will be given 1 minute to explain their answers, and council district candidates, you will have 30 seconds. When you see the yellow card, you will have 10 seconds to finish your remarks. The red card means your time is up. There will be no personal attacks. Cops Metro, we only applaud when candidates commit to our agenda, and there is no booing.
We begin with District 1. Council and candidates, please come forward. Councilman Trevino, Justin Hawley, and Brock Kreshler. Councilman Trevino, will you commit to implementing the city new displacement prevention plan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Maintaining the 11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab, yes or no?
Yes.
Ensure that the public facilities corporation and finance corporation only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
Did you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
And raise the city line item budget investment and quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
Did you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal defense fund to citizens, children who have lost their parents? He said yes.
Yes.
Now you have 30 seconds.
Thank you. Again, we work together on the mitigation or the funding for minor home repair. Amongst that is the Under One Roof program that we've seen an increase. What I'm here to say is we're increasing that partnership. It grew from just District 1 to now citywide, and now we're talking with a county to expand the roof program for the entire county. Super proud of that. Let's expand those resources.
Would you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ensure that the Public Facilities Corporation and Finance Corporation only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income.
Yes.
Did you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
Yes. And raise the city line item budget investment in quest to $2.5 million? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for citizens, children who have lost their parents? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have now 30 seconds, sir.
Well, thank you for having me today. I'm proud to be here. Our plan is to build our neighborhood associations back up. We have lost the neighborhood associations in terms of neighborhoods that are being torn apart because of a lot of things that are going on. So we're going to be working every day to bring those back, as well as nonprofits. So those two things are going to go hand in hand and work very hard for it. Thank you.
Woo! Would you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan? Yes or no?
Sí.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab? Yes or no?
Sí.
Sí. Ensure that the Public Facilities Corporation and Finance Corporation only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% AMI.
Sí.
Did you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers? Yes or no?
Of course. Of course.
And raise the city lines item budget investment and quest to $2.5 million? Yes or no?
Sí.
Did you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for citizens, children who have lost their parents? Yes or no?
Sí, porque yo quiero ayudar a la comunidad latino.
Thank you. 30 seconds, sir.
I am Brad Kessler. I'm 22 years old. I'm running for city council to give you and your family a voice at City Hall and a seat on the dais. I'm fighting for working families, and I'm fighting to move our city forward. I want to ensure that we are an economically and socially prosperous city, and I'm ready to take off my jacket, roll up my sleeves, and work tirelessly for you to have a city that's going to move forward and work for everyone. So thank you. God bless. Y para los latinos, yo estoy con ustedes.
My name is Diana Orozco from St. Patrick's Catholic Church. District 2 candidates, Walter Perry Sr. and Denise Contreras Homer. Will you please stand? Walter Perry Sr., would you commit to implement the city's new displacement prevention plan?
I promise.
Yes or no?
Yes.
$11.65 million in owner-occupant rehab?
Yes.
Only participate in deals that funds affordable housing?
Yes.
Setting a wage flow of $9.50.
Yes.
Investment in Quest and $2.5 million.
Most definitely.
Yes or no?
Yes. Emphatic yes.
Maintain the $500,000 emergency.
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Hello everyone, my name is Walter Perry and I'm running for District 2 City Council. And the reason why we're running is because we want to establish the values that were lost in City Council. 3 things I can promise you. I'm going to work hard, I'm going to fight for you, and I will not quit. You deserve a champion in your district. We're going to fight for the taxes. 2020 census is coming up. So it's important that you participate in your census because it's all about the funding. Start with the census. I'm Walter Perry. Thank you.
Thank you. Denise Gutierrez Homer. The city displacement. Yes or no?
Yes.
$11.65 million in owner-occupant rehab? Yes or no?
Yes.
Only participate in deals that funds affordable housing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Setting a wage flow of $9.50?
Yes.
Investment in Quest to $2.5 million? Yes or no?
Yes.
To maintain the $500,000 in emergency? Yes or no?
Les falta más. Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
I'm Denise Gutierrez Homer, and this is my parish and my community of Government Hill. I see a lot of faces here. Conozco muchas caras aquí en esta parroquia. And we've been fighting hard. The issues you just heard, we've been fighting hard. This is why we're here together today. Our neighbors, you, and throughout the city of San Antonio, we've been fighting. Going to HDRC, going to zoning. They don't listen to us. Mi barrio no se vende. No se vende.
I'm Sister Gabriela, Holy Spirit sister, and I'm Sister Gabriela, a Holy Spirit sister, and I'll be calling the other District 2 candidates. Candidate Jada Andrew Sullivan, please. Will you commit to the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
To maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
And only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
To setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
And raise the city's line item budget investment in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Good evening. I am Jada Andrew Sullivan. I live, work, and move in District 2. My family is here. You are my family. As a community, working in cohesiveness, working together, we rise above anything that can ever try to bring us down. With a city council person that has access, accountability, and action, you get your voice not only heard, but you get your motion and your mission moved to the next level. Again, I'm Jada Andrew Sullivan, and thank you for having me.
candidate Keith Toney. Will you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million for owner-occupied rehab.
Yes.
Only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income.
Yes.
Setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers.
Yes.
And keep Quest as a line item budget investment and raise it to $2.5 million.
Yes.
Do you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal fund for children who have lost their parents?
Yes.
Now you have 30 seconds.
Thank you for being out here. Thank you for listening to us. I'm a former councilman in District 2, so others can talk about it. I've been about it. In 2014, when Sister Gabrielle came to me and said, Councilman, I'd like to get an additional $100,000 for Project Quest. We didn't get her an additional $100,000 for Project Quest. We got her an additional $200,000 for Project Quest because I know how important it is. I know the work you've done. I've been there. I'll continue to do it for you. God bless.
Selena Santabañez Guzpat. She's not. Yes. Take note that she is not here. Ruben Arcianago Guzpat. Mr. Arcianago, will you commit to the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintain $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab.
Yes.
Only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income.
Yes.
Set a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers.
Yes.
And keep Project Quest as a line item in the budget and raise it to $2.5 million.
Yes.
Will you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal fund for citizens who have lost their parents?
Yes.
Thank you. You now have 30 seconds.
Well, my name is Ruben Arciniega. I'm a candidate for District 2. I'm proud that I'm from District 2 and of the East Side. But I want to tell a quick story. My father told me of a time in the 50s when they were segregated here at the St. Patrick Church. And they practiced mass in the old hangar. That was wrong, but that changed. And that was the right thing to do as we move forward. So when we change those things, we need to look forward to the future and be able to change our situations with housing, change our situations with immigration, and change our situations with workers. District 2 forever.
Buenas tardes. My name is Vicente Arreguin from El Carmen Church. District 3, Councilwoman. Please come forward. We invited other councilmen, but they didn't respond to the invitation. Will you commit to the new displacement protection plan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ownership occupied rehab? Yes or no?
Yes.
The affordable housing at 60% area median income?
Yes.
Setting a wage floor of $9.50?
Yes.
City line item budget investment in Quest?
Yes.
$500,000 emergency legal defense fund?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Rebecca Villagran, and I am the proud council member for District 3, the south and the southeast side of San Antonio. I am a proud daughter of the South Side and a proud product of St. Leo the Great Catholic Church and St. Leo Cops Metro. It is because of Cops Metro that I first got involved in elected office and to continue to serve. I am proud to have been working with working with Project Quest to ensure that we got more money for the budget. And I commit to doing that further. Thank you.
My name is Ana Esparza from St. Bonaventure's Catholic Church. District 4 candidates, please come forward. Adriana Rocha Garcia and Maria Perez. No, she didn't come? Oh, okay, they gave me the 3. She's from District 3. Okay. Now, the other candidates declined to come. Ms. Garcia. Will you commit to implementing the city's new city development prevention plan?
Yes.
The owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Affordable housing at 60% of area median homes?
Yes.
A wage floor of $9.50 per hour?
Yes.
Raise the city's line budget item for Project Quest at $2.5 million?
Yes.
A $500,000 emergency legal fund defense fund? You now have 30 seconds.
Hi, I'm Adriana Rocha Garcia, and I've lived and worked with Project Quest. I was part of the team that created the 25-year economic impact study to prove that we were successful. $1.67 billion that you all, Quest and Cops Metro, have advocated for, and that can continue through the years. I'm really excited about representing you all, and I hope that I get to work together in the future. Also, shout out to St. Bon's, which is in D4. That's not my parish, but every time I'm late to church, I go to St. Bon's.
Hi, I'm Sandra Rambla with St. Timothy's Church. District 5 candidates, please come forward. Councilman Shirley Gonzalez, will you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
Do you commit in setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
And raise the city's line item budget investment in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
Do you commit to maintain a $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for citizen children who have lost their parents?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Thank you. I'm Shirley Gonzalez, your councilwoman for District 5. For the last 6 years, I have worked to get us infrastructure, drainage, parks, libraries. If you give me the opportunity to serve you for the next 2 years, I will focus my attention on the human capital that we have in District 5 towards workforce, education, working together with our delegate agencies to make sure that our community and our children have bright futures to look forward to. Thank you.
Mr. Gress, will you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintain $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
Do you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
And raise the city's line item budget investment in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
Do you commit to maintain a $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for citizen children who have lost their parents?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. My name is Anthony Gres, and I'm a candidate running for District 5 City Councilman. It's time for District 5 to come up. I want to work with every individual, every homeowner, every resident, because that's where I live, and it's time to work with Cops Metro so we can bring back our neighborhood, including District 5 and all other neighborhoods. I appreciate your time. Thank you for having me today, guys.
My name is Father Pat Seiss from Holy Family Catholic Church with the District 6. District 6 candidates, please come forward. Melissa Cabello, Harvard. Will you commit to the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied
Yes.
rehab. Participate in deals that fund affordable housing 60%.
Yes.
Will you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 an hour?
Yes.
Will you raise the city's line item budget to invest in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
And do you commit to maintain $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for the citizens, children who have lost their parents? You have 30 seconds.
Yes. My name is Melissa Cabello Haverda. I'm running for District 6 City Council. I'm going to tell you real quickly why. When I was a little kid, I was walking on the street with my grandfather. He was an uneducated man, worked with his hands, but he was everything to me. And I asked him, why aren't we walking on sidewalks here? Why don't you have sidewalks in your neighborhood? And he told me, porque no les importa. In District 6, we have fiercely proud neighborhoods. And I commit to the agenda, the COPS agenda, porque nosotros importamos. Okay, thank you.
My name is Linda Nash from First Unitarian Universalist. Will District 7 candidates please come forward? Mr. Trevor Whitney. I'm not Trevor Whitney. No, I know, but Mr. Trevor Whitney said he would attend, but he's not here today, so we're talking to Anna Sandoval. Will you commit to the new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
And the owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Affordable housing at 60%?
Yes.
A wage floor of $9.50 per hour?
Yes.
Budget investment in Quest at $2.5 million?
Yes.
And $500,000 emergency defense fund?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Gracias, buenas tardes. Soy su concejal Ana Sandoval. Soy una inmigrante nacida en el país de México. Good afternoon. I'm Ana Sandoval. I've been serving the past 2 years because I think we're at a crossroads with a tremendous opportunity with how big and quickly our city's growing. We have to make sure we protect the best of what we have, like the neighborhoods, and make sure that nobody gets left behind and everybody wins with our growth. Thank you.
I'm Rose Krupa, a Sister of Divine Providence from St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. District 8 candidates, please come forward. Councilman Manny Pelaez. The other candidates declined to come today. Will you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Absolutely, yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
A wage floor of $9.50 per hour?
Yes.
Raise the city's line item budget investment in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
$500,000 of emergency legal defense fund?
Yes.
You now have 30 seconds.
Thanks. Hi, folks. My name is Manny Pelaez. I'm from District 8. Yo sueño de un San Antonio que nos conoce no solamente por nuestro equipo de básquetbol, la comida y las lanchitas en nuestro río, pero también un San Antonio que se conoce por cómo trata con compasión a nuestros ancianos, a nuestros hijos, a la gente pobre y al inmigrante. Gracias.
Will Councilman John Courage please come forward? The other candidates were invited but declined to come. Councilman Courage, will you commit to the new city displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
To $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes.
Ensure the public, the affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
Commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour?
Yes.
And raise the line item budget investment in Quest to $2.5 million?
Yes.
And do you commit the $500,000 for the fund for citizen children who have lost their parents?
Yes.
You have 30 seconds.
I want to represent everybody in our community. We have affordable housing needs. We have workforce development needs. We have needs for security in all of our neighborhoods. And I will support all of those issues as your council person. Thank you.
Will Ms. Maria Perez please come forward? Ms. Pettis, do you commit to implementing the new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab.
Yes.
In public, 60% of area median income.
Yes.
Setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour.
Yes.
Budget of 2.5 million for Project Quest.
Yes.
And the fund for children who have lost their parents at 500,000.
Simplemente yes.
You have 30 seconds.
Yo les escucho, yo les inspiro, yo se les entiendo. A mí también yo era pobre. So yo les entiendo. I am running for District 10. Yo me llamo María Pérez. Yo voy a hacer todo lo posible para mi distrito. Gracias.
We had a tardy in District 2, but we're glad that you're here. Selena Santabañez Rispas, will you please come forward? Will you commit to implementing the city's new displacement prevention plan?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab?
Yes, if not more.
Thank you. Only participate in deals that fund affordable housing at 60% of area median income?
Yes.
Setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers?
Yes.
A budget investment of $2.5 million in Project Quest?
Yes.
Do you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal defense fund for citizen children who have lost their parents?
Yes.
You have 30 seconds.
Thank you, sister. Buenas tardes a todos. Yo soy Selena Santibáñez Gipset. My name is Selena Santibáñez. I grew up right here on Carson Street, walking from Carson all the way to Broadway since I was 14 years old, working at Kitty Park for $1.40 an hour. Mi esposo también son un trabajador. Nosotros tenemos un negocio de construcción. We understand what it takes to work hard for every day of our lives. I am currently fostering 2 babies that are not mine. So I understand what it means to grow up through the system, not only as a homeless child, but a woman who owns her own business. Gracias por tu tiempo.
Mayor, candidate, please come forward. Mayor Nirenberg and Councilman Brockhouse, please come forward. First, no, you first. You first. Mayor Nirenberg, will you commit to implementing the new city displacement prevention plan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Maintaining the $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab, yes or no?
Yes.
Ensure that the Public Facilities Corporation and Finance Corporation only participate in deals that fund affordable housing of 60% of AMI.
Yes.
Do you commit to setting a wage floor of $9.50 per hour for contract workers? Yes or no?
Yes.
And raise the city's line item budget investment and Quest to $2.5 million? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you commit to maintain the $500,000 emergency legal defense fund to citizen children who have lost their parents? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now you have a minute.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I want to first say thank you to the congregants and all of you who make up COPS Metro. You, for greater than a generation, have been the voice of conscience in this community. And I'm glad to be in a city where we are building ourselves on compassion. And how is that being implemented? Today in our city, for the first time in our city's history, we are building a city on equity so that everyone, no matter which neighborhood you live in, no matter who you are, when you got here, what your status is, deserves to live safely with dignity and affordably. In addition, I'm so happy that for the first time in a generation, this city, your city, is making housing a priority. And we are delivering that on the consciousness and the advocacy of COPS Metro.
We're going to continue to work on behalf of defense of immigrants. We're going to make sure that everyone in this community has the opportunity to get a good career and to get prosperous education. And I will be working with you every day as hard as I possibly can as your mayor. Thank you very much.
Councilman Brockhouse, will you please come forward? Will you commit to the new city's new displacement prevention plan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Maintaining $11.65 million in owner-occupied rehab.
Yes.
Making sure that affordable housing is at 60% of area median income.
Yes.
To setting a wage floor of $9.50 for contract workers.
Yes.
Raising the city's line item investment in Quest to $2.5 million.
Yes.
And the $500,000 emergency fund for children who have lost their parents.
Yes.
You have 1 minute.
I'm thankful to be here today. I'm blessed to represent District 6 for the last 2 years. I want to thank you to anybody in this community who's from District 6. I'm very happy to be here and represent you. Thank you to Cops Metro and every faith-based organization in here. Since the day I got elected, the number one thing I've been doing is fighting City Hall to make sure neighborhoods are not forgotten. And as your mayor, 3 things are going to drive me. I'm going to think about your families, helping you keep more of your money, lower property taxes and fees, and allowing you to keep more of your paycheck so you can stay in your homes and grow up in generational families where your neighborhoods, your homes, your communities need to be yours. I'm then going to come around and talk a lot about making sure we take care of each other, and that means faith. Everything we do has got to revolve around compassion and making sure we're taking care of our faith and other opportunities, and we're going to work hard to make those things happen as well. But at the end of the day, we're a community, we got to work together, so we're not going to agree on everything. But I can fight for you, and I think for far too long, City Hall's ignored neighborhoods across this city. It's the decade of downtown needs to end. I've been fighting for that since day one, so the millions, all those dollars go to neighborhoods, communities, and families first. Thank you.
Thank you. We have heard what our candidates have said. They have said they will support our agenda, our items. Of the candidates who did not join us today. Don't forget that. The ones who declined our invitation. Thank you for those who came. It is their job now to be faithful to their commitments, and you can be sure that we will be holding you to your commitments. We will be watching.
We need to do the most important part of this afternoon. We must organize to go out and vote. Cops Metro, you have heard the issues. You know where the candidates stand. You see who is here and who is not. Now you must go and vote and use today to decide who you're gonna go for. Even if you cannot vote, and use today to decide, even if you cannot vote, you know people who can. Everyone, let's commit to get our family, friends, neighbors, and parishioners, and make sure they know what happened today and that they have to vote. Ahora ya conocemos los problemas. Sabemos cuáles candidatos apoyan a nuestra agenda y saben cuáles candidatos están y cuáles no. Así ahora tenemos que salir a votar. Si estás registrado para votar, necesitas votar. Y si no puedes votar, conoces a alguien que sí puede votar. Necesitamos que se comprometan a sacar a esas personas a votar por ti.
You have a commitment card. You have a commitment card. You also have a pencil. Let's take a moment to fill it out. I will write down my information on the left-hand side of the card. I will check that I will vote. And I also commit to get 30 people from my religious congregation, from my friends, from my co-workers, from my parish, people I know. Do you know 30 people or 20 people or 10 people? I want you to think about who in your church, parents from religious education, friends, family, neighbors you can ask to get out to vote, and put that number here. But remember, we never tell anybody whom to vote for. We simply tell them how they committed to our agenda. Now, tear it in half and pass the side you filled out to the middle. If you commit to vote, and even if you cannot vote yourself, get others to vote in this election, stand up and be recognized. If you commit to vote, stand up. Stand up if you're going to vote. All right. We now invite Reverend Joshua Snyder from First Unitarian Universalist to give us the closing prayer.
God of justice and love, we are grateful for this afternoon to do the work of Cops Metro. We ask a blessing on all those who were present, who had the courage to speak their concerns and their interests. We also ask for our politician guests, we pray, not only hearing the people, but doing the work of the people when they return to their jobs, so that our city may be a place of justice and love for all. Go in peace, blessed be, amen.
Candidates and guests, thank you for attendance. Candidates, Mr. Phillips and Mrs. O'Neill will escort you out. Leaders, please join us in the cafeteria for evaluation. And don't forget to vote. This meeting is adjourned.
Father. que suba la alabanza, que baje la bendición, que suba la alabanza, que baje la bendición, que baje por aquí, que baje por allá, que baje la bendición, que baje por aquí, que baje por allá, que baje la bendición, que suba la